Christmas is in the air. Lights glow everywhere, and joy fills the season. And in the middle of it all, we see a familiar figure, an old man dressed in red and white, known to us as Santa Claus. But is he just a character from a story, or is there a real human story hidden deep in history? Who was Santa Claus really? And why, even after centuries, does this name still live on as a symbol of belief? To truly understand Santa Claus, stay with us until the very end of the story.
You're watching Ricky's True Stories. Real stories from real life.
The first snow of winter had begun to fall, soft and gentle like memories drifting from the sky. The streets glimmered under warm golden lights. Wreaths hung from windows and candles flickered quietly. Somewhere in the distance, church bells tolled slowly, carrying through the cold night. David pulled his coat tighter and glanced at Arif, who walked silently. He had seen Christmas countless times, the lights, the music, the joy, but it had always felt beautiful yet distant. Tonight was different. David said softly, "You've seen Christmas before, but tonight I want you to understand it." Arif looked at him. "Understand what?" David pointed ahead. A large church stood before them. Warm light spilled from tall windows, inviting them inside. "Come," David said, "let me show you." The cold faded as they stepped inside. The church was quiet and holy. Soft music played, candles glowed, and children whispered and laughed, their eyes shining with excitement. And then Arif saw him, dressed in red and white, with a beard as white as snow. He smiled with something deeper than joy, trust. Arif leaned closer. "Tell me honestly, who is Santa Claus really?" David sat slowly. Santa Claus was not born as a story. He was born as a man. Long before flying reindeer or mountains of gifts, there lived a man named Saint Nicholas. He was born in the 4th century in Myra, now part of modern-day Turkey. The city was rich in trade and culture, but also full of poverty. Nicholas was born into a wealthy family. His parents were kind, faithful people, but they died when he was young, leaving him with wealth and a choice. David said, "Most would have kept it for themselves. Nicholas chose to help others." He gave secretly at night, without names or recognition. True kindness never asks to be seen. He became a bishop, not for power, but to serve. He stood beside widows, orphans, the poor, and children. The most famous story shows this. A poor father had 3 daughters and no money for their marriages. Nicholas heard of their suffering. One night, he tossed a pouch of gold through the window. One night, then another. The gold landed in stockings left by the fire. He never revealed himself or asked for thanks. "This is not a fairy tale," David said. "This is history." Nicholas became known through deeds. A family was saved, children protected, and hope returned silently. When he died, people mourned him as a protector of the forgotten. His story traveled across Europe and became Sinterklaas in the Netherlands. Dutch settlers brought him to America, and poets and artists reshaped him, not as a strict bishop, but as a warm friend, a guardian, a giver. Santa became a symbol of unity. "So what does Santa do now?" Arif asked. David smiled. "Giving gifts is not his real job. His job is reminding us who we can be at our best. He gives because children believe in love, kindness, and that someone cares. He teaches adults, too, to give without counting." Arif felt something soften inside him. This was no longer just a story. It was a human story. Santa did not come to distract people. He came to keep people human. David said quietly, "He does not ask you to change your beliefs. He asks to protect your humanity." The church bells rang slowly and steadily. Arif closed his eyes. For the first time, Christmas did not feel foreign. It felt like a story he had known for years, but now he truly understood it.
Even after the church bells stopped, Arif stood quietly for a long moment. The story David had shared no longer felt like just history. It felt as if Arif himself was woven into it, like a memory he had known long ago, now remembered again. He asked softly, "I have always wondered, why does Santa look like this? Red clothes, white beard, what does it mean?" David smiled gently, as if he had been waiting for this question. "Santa's outfit is not fashion, it is a language." They stepped outside. Snow was falling lightly, covering rooftops, shoulders, and streets with quiet white. The night was still, the kind of stillness where every word becomes heavy with meaning. "Red," David said, "is the color of love, the color of sacrifice, the color of warmth." Long before Santa existed, red was the color of bishops' robes. Saint Nicholas wore red. It represented responsibility, courage, and giving oneself for others. And white, David continued, is the color of purity, of truth, of hope. A white beard, white trim, these are not just signs of age, they are marks of experience, honesty, and a long life lived in service. But Santa's appearance did not form in a day, David added. It grew over time. In the 19th century, poets, writers, and artists in America reimagined Santa. Clement Clark Moore's poem gave him warmth and life. Thomas Nast's drawings gave him a face people could trust. America did not make Santa a god. America made him a neighbor, someone you could believe in, someone who comes quietly, gives, and asks nothing in return. Arif nodded. "But why children? Why Santa for them?" David paused. "Because children are the place where hope has not yet learned fear. Santa gives gifts to children not because they are innocent. He gives because they still believe. They believe the world can be good. They believe that unexpected kindness is possible. They believe that someone is watching over them." In St. Nicholas's time, children were the most helpless. He protected them. Today, Santa continues this work symbolically. He reminds us, David said, that the goodness of a society can be seen in how it treats its children. Arif felt the weight of that truth in his chest. But Santa does not judge children. He inspires adults. His greatest lesson is giving, without counting, without expectation, without thanks. That is why Santa comes at night, David said, so that the giver remains unseen and only the gift is visible. Santa has become more than a holiday figure in America. He is a cultural bridge, a symbol accepted across many cultures and beliefs. He does not ask where you come from or what you believe. He only asks silently, "Is there room for kindness here?" Arif looked at the glowing houses around them. "So Santa is not about religion," he said. David replied, "He was born from belief, but he lives in humanity." Santa does not change belief, he elevates it. He exists where giving is selfless, where help is quiet, and where a child feels important. That is why Santa endures. Kingdoms change, time moves on, but the need for kindness never ends. Many have tried to commercialize Santa, reduce him to shopping lists, but David said firmly, the real Santa Claus is never for sale. The real Santa lives in moments, helping someone shivering in the cold, sharing food with the hungry, giving gifts without names. A reef exhaled slowly. So Santa Claus is not a person, he is a choice. David smiled. Exactly. Santa means a choice to love, a choice to be kind, a choice to believe in something good. Snow continued to fall. Inside a reef, something settled. Not belief in a fairy tale, but faith in humanity. I think I understand Christmas now, he said. It is not a celebration of perfection. David nodded. It is a celebration of hope. They walked quietly. The night surrounded them like a promise. Amid the snow and lights, Santa Claus lived, not as a man in red, but as an ideal that never fades.